Hey, welcome to the show, everyone. We don't know who our guest is today. We'll figure that out a little later. But it's between Mitch Malloy and Roger McLean, so I guess we're gonna mix it up a little bit today. But first, how much money would it take to convince you to make a sex tape? We want to know. The Washington Redskins changed their name. Will the Indians be next? And Regis Philbin dies at 88. We're going to have crazy news, WTF, and more additions to our Spotify playlist. Keep it locked right here on the Epic Radio Show. All right, welcome to the show, everyone. My name is Epic. I am the host.
Are you?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
I don't know why the hell this thing didn't pop up, though.
You've been
There it
called
goes. Bam.
There it is.
Yes. Thank you guys for joining us today on this Sunday morning. I know there's a lot of things you could do.
Yeah.
Sleep in.
Sleep
sleep
in,
in.
go to church.
Go to church.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Go worship the
I
devil.
quit
mean,
church to
you
do
know.
Kind
the
of
Epic
feeling a
Radio
little
Show.
weird. Like I feel like my headphones were turned down a little too low.
He felt
And
weird.
I couldn't tell if I was being loud enough or not. It was very odd.
Are you sure you don't just feel weird because you are weird?
I mean, I am.
Exactly.
If you can move a little bit to your right, Chris,
Oh,
be a little bit more centered.
he doesn't want to
Yeah.
be centered.
He's brand new. You know what I'm saying?
It's my
Yeah.
brand
first
new.
day at the new job,
I'm sorry,
man.
guys.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't
Got
really-
Chris Kettler in the studio.
Hey, how's everybody doing today? Having a good
You're
weekend?
glowing.
I'm glowing. That's because
Why
I had
don't-
another random hookup this weekend, man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, this little Asian woman, man. It was all crazy and stuff.
yeah.
I'm glowing, yeah. Yeah, we got back to her place, and I'm like, hey, baby, how about a little 69?
Yeah.
And
Is
she
that the
looks-
age she was?
No, no, not at all. Not at all.
Oh no.
She looked at me and says, what, shrimp and broccoli at this hour?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. You gave her you laid down the shrimp scampi on her
The
ass.
Scampi sauce.
Got a whole
Disgusting.
seafood platter going on
That's
over there.
gross. I don't
I
like
buttered
that.
that biscuit with some Scampi
Yeah.
sauce.
Ew.
And then when you hear in the box,
The oohing and knowing.
Yeah, the
is
one who's
Ashley.
disapproving of all of that. That's gross.
if you want to turn that light a little bit, not you,
Oh, I was about to say
the
me?
other person.
The
yeah.
other person.
You.
You.
Yeah, turn it
you,
around a
You
little
do
bit
that.
more.
The person that you can't see on camera right now, there's a person over there.
Good.
I had to move the lights to do Marcus's
That's funny.
segment
Do Marcus?
earlier this week. Yeah, we
How is
set up.
Marcus's segment.
Oh, great!
It went.
Great.
It was good. It
Yeah.
was funny.
He actually
Um,
got that done pretty quick this week. I
He
think
finished
with
quickly. huh?
within
Like,
the
yeah.
third take.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was only down for
Don't
like
say he finished quick. Not in my basement.
Yeah.
Don't say
he
that.
finished quickly in your basement.
Like,
huh?
don't say that.
Yo, what's
Don't
really
say
funny
that.
is we did it in the
Yeah.
bedroom.
I left. I
it
left
wasn't
the
a very
room.
big segment, I heard.
I left the
buddy.
room, and it was just those two alone. So
That's pretty
I
funny.
had no part of that. I went down there to check
Hey,
how
James
everything
Robert.
was going, and
Hey, GD Fenderson.
shit. He
Hey,
said
GD.
He said headphone.
Tee-hee.
Tee-hee. Yep. Chris is always centered. Ryan said, "Hey, Sarah." James said, "Did you listen to "On the Rag Again" song?" No, I did not.
who
Hey,
said
Hey, Ryan,
Ryan's-
the only reason I'm centered is because Epic over here keeps kicking me over this way, over this way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, so was that was Connor? I guess Connor said
Oh,
Chris
what-
gave her Mambo number 5 instead of Combo number 5.
Yeah, that's funny. That's hilarious.
Silly,
I didn't
silly.
see that one. Oh,
Good to see you, Connor. Good to see you. buddy.
yeah. I only saw this.
And he said, "This was me." I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
"Oh."
weird. I only saw that one. Hi, Eliza Warfield.
Yeah, she said she'll listen, but she was up late, so
Hey,
we'll see
Okay.
how long she lasts in here.
Yeah,
Representing Cincinnati.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Woohoo,
I
Cincinnati.
think it is. Maybe
Hey,
she's
we
on
have
some-
love for everyone in Ohio.
Do
I mean,
we?
well,
Probably not
everyone?
every single person,
Except for, like,
but
East Liverpool. Fuck them.
East Liverpool. Yeah, just
I'm
fuck them.
joking.
For
I'm
what reason?
playing.
I
Bad
don't
day at
know.
work this week,
Yeah.
huh?
That's gross.
I'm just joking. I love
Marty's
everybody.
Fuck hippie chicks.
I think the only place I hate, which no offense, Ashley.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
No
No.
offense to me. Why?
No, not you.
Oh, what other Ashley are you talking to?
Why can't I think of her last name? Other Ashley.
Just make one up.
Other
Myers. Ashley Myers.
You know,
The-
other
the
Ashley.
one that you
The one
play
we
on,
went to high school
yeah,
Williams?
Williams. I don't know why I couldn't think of Williams,
I don't know.
I
but
was
the
close.
Ashley
Myers,
Williams. She lives in West Virginia,
Yeah.
and you know that's my no-no zone.
That's a no-no zone. That
Yeah.
whole state's your no-no zone.
Yeah, I
No.
don't. I'm not a fan of West Virginia. I have
He doesn't
no.
like West Virginia.
I have no problem with the people
Not
in West
necessarily.
Virginia. It's just you have a
The-
horrible,
the whole state.
horrible state.
I just don't
Horrible
like
state.
it.
Wow.
He just doesn't like it. That's
Hmm.
it.
And this is me being serious. Look,
Look at his face.
Hmm.
He's really serious. He doesn't like West Virginia.
I'm not a fan.
Every
There's
time
he
more
has
this
to-
story. There's more
anytime-
to this story.
I used
though.
to live in West Virginia.
Really.
Anytime
I'm
he
sorry.
has to
Yeah.
go there, he's like, I got to go to West Virginia today. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, no.
The homeland. Huh?
Right, it's terrible.
The
This is awful.
motherland.
This is terrible. Speaking of no-no places,
yeah.
yeah, we were getting into our first topic, right?
Oh, there we
Yeah.
go.
So yeah, our first topic,
Here it is.
which is a
Oh,
little.
Connor said Epic has West Virginia warrants. That's probably why you don't like it.
No, my mom did for the longest
Oh,
time.
shit, no. Did it call out
Better
your
yet.
Damn, don't say that. She don't find her.
So how much would it take
How much would it take?
for you guys to make a sex tape?
Ooh.
That's
Lots of
a question that
conditions.
Ashley asked me earlier this week.
Not
And I
just because
said-
I thought of it, by the way.
I guess
For the record.
she's in some weird
I'm in some mom
group
groups.
thing,
I like talk to other moms, and then they
Yeah,
post weird
and-
shit.
and obviously they're all whores. So
Not necessarily. Some said only with their husband.
No, they
so
just have a price.
they have the price for a sex tape.
They've
and it's
determined
only,
their price.
and it's only with their husband.
Oh, only with their husband.
Yes, a lot of them said they would only do a sex tape with their husband.
So what if you don't have a spouse?
Someone
then?
said, I don't know if anyone responded without like a boyfriend or a.
Because I would think
significant
for
other.
me the price would determine who it is I'm having sex
Yeah.
with.
Well, yeah, that's
I
kind of
mean,
where
You know,
Connor says $5,000.
Ryan said he would do it for $6.
$6.
Sarah, you better fucking.
Well,
better
that's more
get
than
on
he's
him.
getting
Yeah.
on the handies under the bridge when he
Right.
fills in
Yeah.
down there, you know, for us. We appreciate when he's there.
We still have
help
$5
that.
handy
We
shirts
still
available.
have those.
Unfortunately, they're
Love
not
you,
$5.
Connor.
No, unfortunately,
Just
they're not.
messing around.
Unfortunately, we couldn't make that
The
happen.
handies are $5, but the shirts
Are not.
are not.
So you got to
Sadly.
advertise. It's a little more expensive to advertise it, but like,
Yeah.
it's still
but,
$5.
But I hear rumors we're working on a combo, right? Where you
James
can get
Roberts-
the
Probably a
handy
combo.
and the shirt,
James Robert, hold on.
right?
Go ahead.
James Robert said $30,000. James Robert, I would pay $30,000 not to see that sex tape.
And Connor said, "I pick Ashley's husband, whoever that is. I don't know.
Yeah, I
who
don't
that is.
know. Sarah said a lot. Now, I think when you originally asked me the question, it was like 500
It was like
billion
300 billion.
or some shit.
$300 billion.
Like, of course I would do it for
Like,
that money.
Yes.
But
I will not hesitate.
But I told you I would do gay sex for that amount.
Yeah, he would do. Yeah, he was telling me, he's like, I would take a dick in the ass for
Really?
$300 billion.
Wow.
Billion with a
Well,
B?
300
300 billion?
Again, though, my question would be is like, how long do I
How
have
long?
to have?
Who
And
is
how
I wouldn't even
long-
care.
And I
As
would.
long as I'm
I
getting
wouldn't.
That's
the
my
300
ass.
Like,
billion.
hey,
My
I
ass,
do.
okay.
you wanna go Woodstock down there for $300 billion? That's fine. Make a whole week of it.
I'm gonna be,
You know, write out a schedule.
I'm gonna be pimping Epic's ass out next month, folks. Look for us at Pharmacy Bar and Grill.
Yeah. No,
in the
seriously.
basement.
Yeah.
As long as you have $300 billion, he'll do it.
No, we can just run a train on him and
300
collect that thing
Hold
out.
on. Just
and
one
pay him
second,
at the
please.
end of the day.
He did not say.
Just 1 second, please. Let me just explain this. 300 billion with the B.
Right.
Billion.
Now, whether it was a week, think about how little a week is in your life
Compared to all
compared to the
the
rest of
amount
your
of
life.
time you have. Like, that's
You will
crazy.
never be able to make that money in your lifetime in that little of a time ever. You know,
You'll
like
never be able to get up from the chair without making a puckering
Doctors
sound.
could do amazing things, okay?
with $300 billion,
There you
there's
go.
gonna be
Get
there's
that
amazing
taken care of.
surgeries available
I could get that
There
taken
it
to
is.
care of.
take care of your asshole.
Yeah,
Yes.
reconstructive
Reconstruct my asshole. Thank you.
He's got it planned out. I give it to him.
He's thought it
guys.
out.
No, because I
He's got it
have because I'm
planned.
thinking like,
If
yo, my
someone's
whole
willing,
family's straight, son.
like for
Like
a long
forever,
time,
like generations of families.
Uh-huh.
You know,
kids,
like
grandkids that I won't even
my kids are straight.
great
My kids'
grandkids.
kids are straight. Their kids are straight.
kids I won't even meet.
$300 billion. Like, I could literally just put it in a bank and
Oh,
live
yeah.
off the
Oh, yeah.
interest
Right.
and
Oh,
never
yeah.
touch
Oh, yeah.
the $300 billion.
Oh yeah.
ever.
Easily.
So there's like, yeah, I don't care, man. Every orifice is available for $300 billion.
Sarah said, "My question is, who would pay this kind of money to see our asses on a big screen?"
I
And
Ask Jeffrey Epstein.
Ryan said, "Anal surgery and a gallon of mouthwash still has 299 billion."
Exactly. Exactly. That's my
Oh,
dude
man.
right there, Ryan.
Ryan, you know what I'm saying. So yeah. Like this was a very
James
interesting
Roberts said,
conversation.
"I'd fuck the whole San Francisco city in the ass for 300 billion."
So it's just, yeah, it's just one of these things that happened in my mom group, and I just happened to text him because I thought it was really funny.
Woo.
And then he was like, he got on the phone, he called me, and he's like, "I would take it in the ass for $300 billion."
Oh, I definitely would.
Absolutely, like no
there's
question.
not even a hesitation there, and it's
I was
not
like,
even like
okay.
I'm gay or nothing. Don't,
Right. It doesn't
like,
matter.
It's not. It's not the point.
It's like it's a job.
You know,
at
there
that
are
point. It's a
literal
high-paying
whores out
job.
there. There are
He
literal
said there's people who
whores.
do that for free,
There's people that
So-
whore themselves out for free
or for like a lot less
or
money,
a lot less money.
Mhm.
So
Or drugs.
or
$300
drugs.
billion
Yeah.
dollars.
Yeah, I'm just, you know what, man? I'm not a big fan of getting a whole lot of stuff stuck in my ass. That's my problem. I mean, I take shit sometimes that fucking hurt because it's too big.
I
of a
agree.
shit, you
It would
know?
not be pleasant.
It wouldn't be pleasant.
I would
but
not be. This
I
would not
definitely
be
hesitate.
This
I
would be a
definitely
life-changing
hesitate.
event.
This would be a life changing event.
in a lot of ways.
I would probably have PTSD.
Yeah, and I'd have to
after.
like calm
And
him
the
out of
P-
his panic attacks.
And the P
every
stands
day.
for penis. I don't know what the rest of it would.
So put that together
No,
for
it's,
you.
it's TPTSD,
We have people listening.
Yeah.
traumatic
They can-
penis syndrome.
Yeah.
Like they could put that together at home. What would that? What would you make out? Like penis? Like.
Well, it would be PPTSD.
Yeah, I guess PPTSD.
PP?
Penis
PP?
post
Yeah.
post penis traumatic.
That's, yeah.
Oh yeah. See,
Corey said, "Tom, you gone too far." Hashtag STD.
I know. No, it's not too far. So I'm writing
No.
a song, and it's called STD, and it stands for sucking today's dick. And
You can afford therapy.
yeah, well, yeah, it's fine.
That's
But
true.
like, it's going to be one of the greatest songs of all time. Just saying.
Yeah.
He's excited.
I am.
Literally, this is all he's talked about. I'm
For
like,
past week.
do you even know who these kids are anymore? Like, have you forgotten what your children's names are? That's
No,
all you talk about. I'm
I-
like, you know this is Olivia. Do you know this is Ryan?
I mean, I know it's the boy and the girl.
you know their
I mean,
you know their gender.
It's like, come here, boy.
Come here, boy. Get over here. Wait, you get
What?
over here.
Put his name on a damn shirt so I know who he is.
Like,
all
I don't
right?
remember. Is this Skylar? I don't know. It
Man,
could
whatever.
be. Is it? Wait, I thought the tall one was Skylar. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, he's forgotten all his own children's names and ages due to this
Yeah.
song being all he's thought about. I'm just saying. And of course the 300 billion sex tape shit. That and this song, those like have been hand in hand this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a weird week, to say the least. Ryan, it is very catchy. The beat is amazing. So basically, like the beat, to describe the beat in words is
In
kind of hard.
I thought it was kind of
But it's
sloppy,
like-
just all over the place.
But when you hear it, it's like hearing the fart of God.
Ew. That's gross.
And it's called again,
STD,
which means
sucking a day's dick.
sucking today's dick.
Yep. I've heard that phrase way
Yes.
too many times in this
Well,
past
I know,
week.
especially because it's a repeating hook.
Like I seriously have heard
So
the word.
literally, I'm sure from upstairs, all she hears is like sucking a day's dick,
I've heard my
sucking
husband.
it, sucking it.
I've heard my husband say dick way too many times in the past week.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is
I'm
too
like-
much. Are
like-
you? I told him, are you sure there's nothing you want to tell me?
Yeah, are you questioning his sexuality? Actually?
Like, are you like on the brink of like a self discovery moment?
that's
like,
what
I
it-
need
No,
to
I'm
know.
good.
Yeah.
I need to know.
Yeah.
I just have to
These
like.
are questions that should be asked.
I did. I asked.
the
I'm like,
meaning
are-
behind it.
The meaning behind it
Is-
it's he's made it clear to me. I know exactly what the fucking song's about.
Yes,
But I just wanted to make sure that there was no questioning. Because if he was unhappy in our marriage, then he can go explore elsewhere. But I needed to know. Like I had to ask. I had to make sure
yeah,
he
I'm
was
pretty,
okay.
I'm pretty good on that.
You're good on that? Okay.
It's a metaphor, people. But speaking of
That's
metaphors, which
gross.
has nothing to do with what I'm about to say next,
Right, it makes no.
we're gonna take
yeah.
a break.
Yeah, metaphors and breaks. These
Stay
don't
with
go
us,
together.
guys. We'll be back.
Yeah, these don't go together.
I'm gonna see who we're gonna get as
We're
our
gonna
guest.
see who we're gonna talk to.
I'm gonna guess, probably Roger, right?
Yeah, let's see. I'm going to give
You
me
know what?
30 seconds. Let's
Yeah.
see. I'll give you an idea here. Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
Is anything gonna happen? I think you are correct.
Okay.
Roger
Ding, ding,
McLean is the
ding.
winner this week, folks, of the guest
Yay!
spot on the
Yeah.
Epic Radio Show.
Uh-huh.
So stay
Radio
with the show.
I know.
break,
We
and
should
Epic
do it
will be
like that all the
back, and
time,
he'll
make it
be
a
surprise.
Just
rocking
be
and
like,
rolling
who's it
us
gonna be? Is
Yeah.
it someone you
into
care
the
about or
next
not? We don't know.
segment.
Is it just gonna
Woo.
be him interviewing me? We never know.
We never know.
Well, it was either this or Ashley hula hooping, and that was a hard sell. We
That was a
almost
hard
had
sell.
it hooked,
It was.
man.
It was.
But,
I'm not a very good hula hooper.
Roger was easy to work with, and he's
Yeah.
a great guy.
On the next episode of Guest Grab. Anyways, make sure you follow us on the social medias. Make sure you check out theepicradioshow.com for all the awesomeness.
all
that
of
it is.
this, all of whatever
Yes.
this is right
and
now,
more.
and other
more.
stuff,
More
and some other stuff.
Make sure you check us out on Patreon.
Patreon,
Connor does an
part
awesome,
of a balanced breakfast.
Yeah, Connor does an awesome podcast that is about this show. So it's a show about a show, but you can only get it on Patreon, and the minimum
It's a show
is
about a show.
$5 to do so.
It's like the handies.
But it helps us. It helps us out.
Yeah.
It helps us help you with better programming.
And it's a
'Cause we
real
like to
$5
program
holler.
you.
It's a real
Huh?
$5
I don't know.
holler. We
Maybe
holler
you
for
do.
$5.
Yep. Anyways, we're going on break.
Mm-mm.
We'll be back into Jeff on our Epic Radio Show.
it's fantastic.
All right, we are
right.
back, everyone. Mitch Malloy got his first break when he signed RCA, releasing his self-titled first album. His first single as a solo artist on RCA Records, Anything at All, was a top 20 rock charting hit and a pop hit in the U.S. His third single, Our Love Will Never Die, earned him an appearance on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. On July 9th, 2018, Malloy was announced as the lead vocalist of Great White. Probably introduce Mitch Malloy to the show. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
How you doing?
That spattering of applause.
Yeah, I know. There's only like
A splattering
You know,
of us in here.
yeah, a couple of us in the studio.
Woo.
That's enough. That's enough. I'm good.
Oh man,
You rocked
so
the house here in the studio.
there are so many questions I have to ask you. But the most important one that I feel like I have to ask right away is, what kind of shampoo do you use? Your hair is so majestic and beautiful that I just gotta know, man. What kind of shampoo, what kind of conditioner? Are you a Head and Shoulders guy,
Get
or are
into
you a
it.
Pert Plus? Let's do it right now. We gotta hit the hard questions.
Okay, I have a very disappointing answer for you
What's that?
because I don't actually know.
You don't
Um,
know what shampoo you use? Do you have what?
Yeah, should I go to the bathroom? You want me to go to the bathroom and check?
I think the public would appreciate that. Yes. No.
You know, it's like I feel like I'm disappointing everybody because I don't even know the name of the hair product that I use.
Well, I mean, then it must be good genes or something, right? Because, like I said before on break, it looks like you literally sleep in a cryogenic chamber every night. Because if you look at pictures of you today and pictures of you when you first started into music and you released that first album, there's really no difference. I think maybe hair length. That's about it. Like it's amazing, man. Like
You're so fucking silly, by the way.
Yeah, I keep the chamber hidden.
Oh, see?
Yeah. So you got kind of like a Dracula complex going on, right?
That's pretty sweet.
That's cool. I
It
could
is.
dig that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm down with that.
Dorian Gray. They call me Dorian Gray. That's my other stage name.
Mm.
Huh. Where did that come from? Is that a real thing, or are you just making it up?
No, that's just what people in the industry call me because it's the guy who never aged.
Wow.
See, that makes
yeah,
sense.
no, it makes sense. I think you and Keanu Reeves
Yeah.
have been around for like
centuries.
300 years. Yeah. So like, you gotta let us know in a secret.
Yeah, we should do a record together.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
you
that
go.
would be great, wouldn't it? We'll get Kiana on the line. No, we won't. But
We could have Keanu's people call his people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
yeah. You guys are big time.
They
yeah,
can meet at the beach and surf.
because we could just do that. I got Keanu Reeves on deck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so now that we've got the hair thing
Yeah.
solved,
Yeah,
we can move on.
Right.
yeah,
No, interview's
for
over.
sure.
That was all I needed to ask.
Now, I do want to start
Exactly.
kind of from the beginning of your career because it's kind of crazy how everything. You grew up in a small town called Dickinson, North Dakota. It's a small town, 23,000 people. Like how did you get from there to being signed to RCA?
Okay. Well, when I left, there was 12,000 people, I think.
Wow.
But-
Mm.
I got to New York in a Volkswagen van.
Wow.
So you physically went to New
So I got
York.
there.
You said, "I'm gonna do this rocker thing. I'm gonna just up and move to New York and give it a go." Right?
Absolutely, yeah. I moved and I never had any intention of moving back, and I never did.
Wow. Do you ever go and visit? Like, do you still have family there?
Actually, they just played a huge
Yes.
concert there, didn't you
did they?
guys?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. I didn't.
Yeah, huge homecoming
But
concert.
you're the-
Tell them all about it, man. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's the most press the band's ever gotten, I think.
Really? That's insane, man.
Yeah, and you missed it. You're the Google. You're clearly
know.
the Google master, and you missed that.
I know, I did. You know why? I just blame Chris. You know, that's all I do. Like anytime I make a mistake, I just blame Chris. He's a scapegoat. That's why I have him around. He knows it.
Yeah,
He's
well,
cool with it.
It's a good reason to have a partner.
Yeah, somebody's got to take.
I
the
know,
punches.
because every time something goes right, of course it's me. I did it.
That's why.
Yep.
It's the
But
Epic
when
Radio
something
Show.
goes wrong, it's Chris. Of course it is.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
how. Do you have
Just
anybody
take-
in your life
take
that you
that-
kind of use as a
Yeah, if you
scapegoat?
take the opposite of that and apply it to marriage, you'll still be married.
Exactly.
But it's got to be the opposite.
Yeah.
Which I am. Thank you very much.
Oh
ladies
yeah,
and
you're
gentlemen.
married, happily married, huh?
How long have you been married?
15 years, baby.
Oh,
That's-
you're really excited about that. That's great. That's awesome.
That's sweet.
How many kids do you have? Do you have kids?
I just have one.
You have
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Boy, girl.
Girl, Mr.
Girl.
Google.
Aw.
God, I thought you knew everything.
I don't know everything, just most things.
You don't know everything, just most.
Yeah.
Well, and plus,
I
you
have a
know, I gotta.
12-year-old girl.
I have to ask this because, even if I do know the answers, I still have to ask because people want to know this stuff. Not everybody knows about
Sure.
your life and whatnot.
Nice save. Good save.
It's a great save. Have you
Yeah.
ever
Smart
went
guy.
to the Dickinson Dinosaur Museum?
You can thank Chris for that question. I did my Google work, you see.
Speaking of Google,
That's kind of like
No.
the big thing in Dickinson is the dinosaur museum. It appeared though.
yeah, probably bigger than me, unfortunately.
That's pretty funny. Well, you know, I gotta ask though.
Sadly so.
Do you like dinosaurs? Were you ever like into it as a kid?
No.
No.
Never understood it.
No, never understood dinosaurs. You don't have a favorite?
No, and my kid was way into it when she was little, and I just didn't get it then either.
Dang. Dang. So who are your musical influences?
Oh boy. I would say Richie Blackmore
Ooh.
almost single-handedly taught me how to play guitar.
Wow.
Personally, or just as?
But nobody cares. But nobody cares about my guitar playing.
Well, I do. That's why I chose
Except
a
me.
picture of you with your guitar.
Yeah, an old picture.
Yeah.
I
I mean, I couldn't tell which
yeah.
one was new and old. You look the same. So, like, seriously, I was asking my wife, I'm like,
Mhm.
do you think this is a recent picture or is this one? And
Like, I don't know.
literally, we couldn't tell. Like, all of your pictures from past to present looks like it's the same day over and over again.
Mhm.
That's funny.
So another thing, like, besides rock, okay, what do you think is your
Mhm.
biggest guilty pleasure in life? What else do you
Like chocolate.
do? You like
cake or
crochet
something.
stuff? You know, like, I don't know.
My kids. I don't know. I mean,
Really?
I go for walks with my dog. I try to get my kid to come. She said no.
Like most parents, right?
Yeah.
I just want to spend
How old
time
is
with
she?
you, damn it.
She's 12.
She's 12.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
walk
yeah.
with me, you little.
So is she like on the phone all the time? Like, you can't get her off the couch. She's just on her phone. Does she do TikTok?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, and yes.
Yeah, that's annoying as shit, isn't it? TikTok. I tell my kids all the
Yes.
time the reason why they call it TikTok is because it's a waste of time.
Waste of time.
Yep.
I like that. I'm
Yes.
using that.
Yes.
You know what, Mitch? That's a dad joke. You know?
It is. It's a straight up
great-
dad
totally
joke.
a dad
one, too.
joke.
Yes.
Yeah, so
But they they shrugged it off, but I know they snickered a little bit
Just
in
a
their
little
head.
inside. They're
Yes.
like, "Oh, that was a good one."
That was a good one.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because when they
was a good
roll
one.
their eyes, that's almost like them acknowledging
That it was
that
funny.
it was funny.
Yeah,
They just don't want to admit it.
because it's you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's a dad
Yeah.
joke.
Yep. It's all true. All
Mm-hmm.
So I do want to bring up something that's a little, I don't know if it's touchy or not, but there was a time where you were asked to join Van Halen, and that kind of took a strange turn. Can you explain?
strange turn.
Well, I mean, you end up not accepting it. And there's been
Oh, okay. I
there's
see.
yeah, there's been like it was like one of them things you were asked to do it, you kind of accepted, and then you kind of didn't accept it. It was like one of them, and there's been a lot of speculation. Mr. Google here can tell you, and
Yep.
there's been a lot of people that have said, "Oh, it was like an audition," and there's people that whatever. I want to set the record straight right now. What the hell happened? Do we need to find Van Halen and beat their ass for you? That's what I need to know. That's what I need to know.
Good luck with that. He lives behind a very large gate.
I was not gonna gate like Mr. Van Halen people.
You'll just
Like-
Mr. Van Halen.
Like, this is for Mitch Malloy. You know why? Okay, no, but seriously.
Okay.
I would say they probably got annoyed with being asked about me after a while.
I bet, yeah. And I'm sure
I bet
this
they
is
have it.
probably something that you get asked periodically, and you probably don't.
Well, to be honest, I mean, the documentary pretty much spells it all out really, really well.
Okay.
Mitch Malloy, Van Halen's Lost Boy. If you haven't seen that.
I have not. But that is going to be on my next. That is the next thing that I'm going to look into.
Yeah, after my interview.
Well, to be honest with you, I wasn't sure till like 2 seconds before we got you on the line if you were for sure going to be on. So I was like, oh, I don't know what's going
God.
on.
Ooh, he's punching back.
Hey, I told you in the text message, we do not take ourselves seriously at all. So yeah, that's how we roll. It's how we roll.
So yeah, that's what I do. When people ask me about Van Halen, I recommend they watch Mitch Malloy, Van Halen's Lost Boy.
Okay, yeah, that's great. So that'll answer all of your kids,
What the hell?
your questions. What are you doing over there?
I bumped the laptop.
Oh my goodness, everything's falling apart.
No, I just bumped
Everything's
it with
falling
my
apart over
arm.
here.
What the heck?
Uh-oh.
Mikey, Wally. I don't know what that.
Whaley, maybe?
Whaley says excuses.
Excuses.
And then my mom says hi.
My mom says hi.
Hi. Hello.
Yeah.
She's on there.
James Roberts said, "Tell him I'm fairly new playing guitar. Ask him if that Les Paul guitar is much heavier than a Stratocaster. Stratocaster? Is that right?
Stratocaster.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends on the wood. So a Stratocaster can be extremely heavy, just like a Les Paul can be extremely heavy.
I don't know anything about guitars.
Depends upon what it's made of. I know a lot about guitar.
Ryan
Yeah,
says he's assuming Herbal Essence is your shampoo of choice. He also said, "Hey Mitch."
He also wants to know if you believe in aliens.
Oh God.
He's just wondering, I guess.
I'm pretty open-minded, actually. I don't discount many things. Most things, I should say.
I mean, I agree because I believe that there are aliens. Mainly because like we can't be the only planet that can sustain life.
True.
It makes no sense that in the entire universe that this is the only place.
Right.
You know what I mean? That seems a
Mhm.
little odd to me. Like
Yeah.
like God just put us here. Like everything else is lights. It just doesn't
Makes
make
sense.
sense to me.
Yeah.
What's your favorite color? I'm curious.
Unbelievable. I would say I don't have a favorite color.
That's crazy.
How do you not have a favorite
Really?
color?
That's
Yeah.
bananas.
Like I could pick like 3 colors right now.
Like 3, at least
Yeah,
3.
like red,
right?
blue.
Top 3.
But then,
Green?
but then you don't have a favorite.
I have a favorite.
Well, my
He might
favorite would
not.
be red.
My favorite is purple. But I can list
that's
3
not
that I
my
really
favorite.
like.
Yeah. Like, all right, close your eyes,
I like
Mitch.
green and I blue and red.
Okay.
Okay.
See, there
that's
you go.
cool.
That's
It's-
All 3.
Wow, that's like the same colors.
Yeah.
I think we've just bonded, Mitch.
Aw.
We've bonded on our colors. It's a beautiful. It's a
Awesome.
beautiful thing. So, as I explained in the beginning, you joined Great White back in July 9th, 2018. How did that come about?
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. So Michael Wagoner, the producer, lives in Nashville, where I used to live. And Michael and I are friends. And he was producing their last album. He invited me to come to the studio and sing on it. So I went and I met them. And they were really nice. They said that they'd seen the Van Halen documentary and they thought that was really cool. And then when I was on the cruise, they were also on the cruise.
Okay.
I was on the cruise as Mitch Malloy, solo. And they asked me to come up and sing with them. So I did that.
And
about a month maybe after that, I decided to close down my very lucrative and busy studio / production engineering career. So I called my agent, and it was the same agent as Great White.
Okay.
And I told him I'd like to do more shows because I don't want to produce anymore, and I want to get out of the studio and get out on stage again. And about 2 weeks after that, he called me and asked me if I would like to be the singer of Great White.
Wow. Now,
and I said initially yes, but I said I want to, before I fully commit, I want to hear me on their music.
Okay.
I want to hear if this works. Because quite honestly, in my head, in my producer head, I didn't hear it working. So I thought my voice is not the right voice for them, is what I thought.
Okay.
Until I heard me sing on Rock Me. And I was shocked. And I sent it to them, and they were also shocked, I think. So that was it.
Wow. I have a couple questions. So when they first initially asked you on the stage to sing with them, had you been a fan of theirs prior? Did you already know their songs, or like how did that work? Like when they asked you to sing with them, what were you singing?
I came up for Twice Shy.
Okay.
Which is, the closing song.
Okay. That's pretty sweet.
And I don't really know that song, but it's a simple song, so I figured easy, I can just sing on the chorus. And that's all they wanted. They said just sing along on the choruses.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I wasn't sure if it was like you taking over the entire set that night
Oh,
or
no.
whatever?
No,
Okay.
no. No, it was just a guest spot. Just come up and for fun, just sing on the choruses, sing along kind of thing.
Okay. My second question is who was the lead singer at the time? Who was singing?
Terry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So were they actively looking for a singer?
I don't think so. I never asked that. I don't think so though.
Huh. That's so they just like.
Well, what they told.
Go ahead.
What they told me was once I got into the group, they told me that Terry was kind of a placeholder. I mean, not to
Take
say
anything
anything
away
negative
from-
about
yeah,
Terry, because I don't have anything negative to say about Terry at all. But they told me that he was supposed to be sort of filling in, and then he ended up just filling in for 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they told me. And again, I hope that doesn't make him upset, but that's what they told me. So
Gotcha. No, I mean,
Yeah.
it is, it is what it is, right? With this business, that's kind of how it works, right? Because I know,
you don't know. I mean,
because I know they were kind of almost like in a rebuild from the 2004 incident, right? So they were trying to figure all that stuff out just as time was going on anyways. We're not going to get too much into that, but
yeah, the great, that wasn't actually Great White.
No.
I mean, it was Jack.
Gotcha.
So it was Jack's solo band.
Oh, gotcha.
People don't know that.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that. Because, you read the stories and you see, this is why I like hearing it from the horse's mouth a lot of the times, because sometimes when you read an article or you like dig into stuff, the full story isn't there.
Yeah, well, you can't rely on the press to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And to even know the truth.
Are you big on like, do you think that like there's a few people out there that kind of control the media? Are you a conspiracy theorist?
Let's not go there. Let's talk about my hair.
Okay.
Okay, back to your hair.
So did you ever check on that shampoo for us?
Yeah, have you just...
do you really want me to do that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you could text it later or something.
Because I'm very accommodating.
So you've been working with them for a couple years now. Are you working on anything new with them?
Well, I'm always writing and recording. So, yes. I mean, we've been passing stuff around. We've got a couple things in the can. And it's just been, with COVID, it's been kind of a challenge. But yes, we are moving forward, but just very slowly, I would say.
And you guys are performing again, right?
Yes. Yeah, we have a show in August in Kentucky.
One of our audience members yesterday had sent me a question and was like basically asking like what kind of precautions do you guys have in place to try not to spread COVID, especially when some of your fans may be on the older side of things, you know what I mean? Like the higher risk, if you will.
Right. Well, we're a rock band and we play music. So it's not really up to us to decide what anybody does. We just follow the protocols of the venue, the state, the county, or whatever. It's not, we have nothing to do with the protocols.
Gotcha. Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I was just asking the question he wanted me to ask because I don't think
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
gets that. You know what I mean? That it's usually on the
Yeah.
venue and the owner of the venue
Yes.
to make sure all of these things are in place to protect people. I
Yes.
mean, you're just coming in and doing your job. That's it. Uh, have you?
Yeah. Yes.
Um, this is a weird question. But do you guys wear masks on stage?
No,
No,
I can't sing with a mask.
I figured
I
that.
figured like that part would
Yeah.
probably be difficult. Like that would be a little
Very.
Yeah.
Like, this is interesting.
What's your favorite
Yeah, but
song?
the North Dakota thing,
Yeah. Go ahead.
the North Dakota thing, there were people with masks and there were people social distancing. So the news was fake news,
Gotcha.
and the venue followed the state's protocols.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So out of all of the songs you've performed or written in your life, which one's your favorite? Which one hits closest to home? Like it's kind of your baby.
My baby.
I don't really know if I have one.
So you just have
I'm
a lot
not
of babies.
a favorites kind of guy.
He has a lot of babies.
You're
Don't
not a
say that.
favorites kind of guy. I can see that.
Yeah, no favorite.
You don't have a favorite color.
Yeah.
You're not
Yep.
too hip to dinosaurs.
Well, dinosaurs, you
Um,
don't have to. I'm not that into dinosaurs either.
It's pretty funny though.
It
Yeah.
is pretty funny.
But I have written tons and tons of songs.
I know,
So-
and you've been doing this since what, like the mid to late '80s. So I mean, have you written the entire time? You said you were a producer. Who, like, what kind of bands were you producing? Were they all rock bands, or did you try to go outside of your genre a little bit too? Did you ever experiment with that?
Well, I did produce a remix for somebody you might have heard of.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw this out there. This is a big maybe, but Taylor Swift. Does
Oh,
that
wow.
ring a bell at all?
I don't know.
Taylor Swift.
I know. That's
It's a
that's a
little-
reach. I'm reaching.
Is she related to Jeffrey Quick?
I think so.
Okay. Oh
Anyways,
no, really though.
awesome.
So did you record her in the studio, or did you produce a track for her? Like, so how did that happen? That's interesting.
Yeah, I was hired by Sony Records. They were doing a record for a band they had called Boys Like Girls.
Yes, I
I've
know
heard of
exactly
And
who
they
they
had
are.
done
Yep.
Yeah, they had done a duet with Taylor Swift, and they asked me to produce a version of that.
Oh.
That is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Huh.
It was sweet. Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching, yeah.
Cha-ching, bitches.
For sure. And so why
Yeah.
did you stop producing? You just got tired of it? You just wanted to go back on the road?
Yeah, I always hoped that I would be like booked years in advance. And then I was. And I was dealing with mostly young artists who didn't know really what they wanted to do and who they were as an artist yet. And so it was my job to sort of create their sound for them. And I mean, not Taylor Swift, obviously, but the newer artists. And it just became really old, really fast, and a real drag. And I decided I didn't want to do it anymore, so I just quit one day.
And then you started booking shows under your
Yep.
your with your solo stuff. And
Yes.
what kind of gigs were you getting in the beginning? Did people still remember the stuff that you did back then, or was that kind of like you had to jog their memory a little bit, and then once people remembered, they were like, oh yeah, let's put him here and there or whatever? Like, how did that work out?
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of that, but I do have a core following that that follows me very closely, obviously, which I'm lucky to have. But obviously, when you're an artist that is out there and then they starts producing, goes away for 20 years, people forget.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's a slow build to come back. But I had some great shows like M3, and I played the Cruise twice solo.
That's awesome, man.
You know, I'm actually doing a solo acoustic show Friday, the 31st. At a place called Club LA in Destin, Florida.
That was going to be my next question. Where the next place you were going to perform at? So, let's see, we're connected on a mental level now, Mitch.
It's scary.
I know. Like, we'll never break this bond. I will find you. No,
Don't say that.
I'm so relieved.
I know. And also, do you have a website? Are you on social media a lot?
Yeah. In fact, it's most of the time I don't even know what app I'm on.
Probably the main,
too many.
At least 3, right? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Do you have?
Yeah, I think. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say. Also, I'm sure you have a website too, isn't it? MitchMalloy.com.
It is.
Yes.
Yep.
And I'm sure Great White also have a website. I actually didn't write that down, but I'm sure that's greatwhite.com. I'm pretty positive that's
officialgreatwhite.com.
Officialgreatwhite.com. Okay.
Look at you. You almost got that fucked
I
up.
almost did.
Look at you.
Sad.
Mm-mm.
Did you have anything else you wanted to talk about before we wrap up the interview?
No, I just I'm happy to be talking to you guys. And
yes, it's been a real pleasure. Thank you for being a sport. I know I wasn't sure if you had gotten my text message yesterday, and I told you that I was going to be ridiculous. I thought maybe that's why we didn't hear from you, because you're like, oh man, I read this text.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know if I could deal with this. But thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. We know you're a busy guy, and it means a lot to us. So we do really appreciate it. And I hope to see pictures of that cryogenic chamber
eventually,
and a picture of what shampoo you use.
At least those 2 things.
Yep. And we'll make sure we share them on the social media.
Like, your questions have been answered.
Yes. Oh,
perfect.
There was a couple questions
in the comments.
So where are they playing in Kentucky?
Hang on a second. I'm going to find it. Let's see. Come on. I'm at the official Great White website because it's way too difficult for other people to figure out to go there. So I'm doing it for them.
You know what? You are a man of the people, Mitch. You
I
really are.
I'm a giver.
Eliza said Beaver Dam. Is that correct?
That sounds right. Yes.
Yay.
So thank you, Eliza, for that.
Thank you, Eliza.
And if you guys want to know the time and date of that show, officialgreatwhite.com.
Woo!
Club let's see. Ryan said Club LA in Florida, but we're okay. I don't know. That's weird.
He's like, I don't know.
Anyways, have you ever thought of television? That was one of the other questions.
Ever thought of what?
Like
acting,
being on TV, I guess acting, anything like that.
You know, as a kid, I acted, and I enjoyed it. I prefer music, but yeah, I mean, if I got an offer to do something that was interesting and fun in that medium, I'd do it.
Awesome. And one last question. Was there something you wanted to be other than a musician, like a dentist or Amish mechanic?
An Amish
Yeah,
mechanic.
that's really odd.
Thank you, Connor.
Thank you, Connor.
I really wish. But no.
But no.
No. Always been wanting to be a
He's
rocker.
not indecisive in the slightest. He's like, you know what?
Yeah.
This is it. This is right here.
I mean, and it's great that it worked out, but if it didn't work out, like for some, like, you know, an alternate timeline,
right,
Mitch Malloy went to New York and he didn't become a rocker.
For some reason or another.
What do you think you would have fell into?
A hole. No.
That's a good question. It hasn't been asked to me in about 20 years. But let's see. I don't know. I think maybe I would have gone back home.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe done something with my father, but that was not really available either because he was a lawyer and then a federal judge.
Gotcha.
So that kind of wasn't.
So you would have been Mitch the lawyer. Yeah. That would
Mitch Malloy, lawyer.
Yeah, no.
Like practice.
Yeah.
Like
Malloy and Sons.
Malloy.
I don't know.
Yeah, there was actually a Malloy. My grandpa and my dad.
There you go.
See, it makes sense. That's why it sounds so good.
Yeah. See?
Exactly. Because they made it so famous.
Yeah, and you know what? And you know what? Like, and I'm sure their favorite joke was Malloyer.
Yep.
I love it.
That's pretty funny.
I love it.
All right, but thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for dealing with
We're
that.
going to take a break, guys. When we get back, we're going to have crazy news with Ashley. And Redskins changed their name. So what's that
find out
all
what that's
about? Yeah. Keep it locked right here on the Epic Radio Show. We shall return.
Or maybe we
You're listening to The Epic Radio Show. Live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and theepicradioshow.com. Listen to us anytime on the iHeartRadio app. Download today on the App Store or Google Play. And take this show on the road. The Epic Radio Show. Make life epic.
Make life epic.
Hey Epic fans, this is Jay Val. Home buying is complicated. You need someone who you can trust and has your best interest in mind and not just the size of the commission check. That someone is Jeremy Rodriguez with Russell Real Estate. Jeremy grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, and a graduate from James Ford Rhodes High School in 2001. If you are looking to sell your home, searching for your next home, or if you just want to talk about the process, please feel free to contact him. As an agent who himself still resides in Cleveland, he knows the neighborhood, the schools, and the market inside out. Get in touch with Jeremy. He is happy to help you with all your needs, from helping you identify a lender to getting a moving truck and even helping you pack. Call Jeremy Rodriguez now at 216-287-1766 or email him at jeremysellsdreams@gmail.com. Find him on Facebook now. That number again is 216-287-1766.
All right, we're back, guys.
Hi.
Thank you for dealing with us.
Thank you for the hold there.
Yeah, a
Thanks
little
for-
black screen there.
Yeah, I even said like his surprise, like welcome back, and I'm like, we'll be back momentarily.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're going to go right into crazy
Oh,
news.
didn't he want you to mention?
Oh, yeah,
something?
yeah. Sorry. Mitch Malloy wanted me to mention that he has an album on his website, MitchMalloy.com, and it is Making Noise.
It's actually
Yes.
that's actually the title. Like that's not like
Yep,
what it's doing. I mean, it could be, but like
could be.
it's probably making noise because it's an album.
But it's probably good noise.
It's probably good
happy
noise. It's probably
noise.
noise that you want to hear, not noise
Yes.
that's not like a lawnmower at like 8 a.m. You know, that's not happy noise. That's sad noise. That's upset noise for me.
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, we're going to go into crazy news.
Oh, we are? Okay, it's
Yep.
crazy news time. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I'll take over here. Funny.
All right. Hold on one second, guys.
Hey, everybody.
All right. Here we go. Just go ahead and talk, and I'll
Go
get that
into
shit
it.
straight. Yep.
Okay, so man steals. This one's really short, actually. So, man steals a massive dildo from a sex shop, and he's still at large. Like
Yeah.
the dildo is that large, and so is he. So I don't know how. Like, how is he at large still with a massive dildo like that? So a masked thief was still at large after he casually exited a Las Vegas adult store in broad daylight. It was a 3-foot, 40-pound dildo. Just had it all over, like just swung it over his shoulder. So I guess a store employee just picked it up and walked out with it. They didn't know. They were like, "Wait, what?" So he put this dildo in his car and made a clean getaway. I'm quoting these because that's what the people are saying in quotes. Laura said the stolen good is actually a sex toy named Moby that retails for $1,250. Also at the end it says if the crook gets caught, he'll surely be subject to the penal code. Like I guess my first thought, because I was like, well, this is really short. Maybe I shouldn't cover it. But then I was thinking,
But it wasn't very short, was
well,
it?
like the article is very short. Like that's already it. But then I was thinking, why would somebody, whether it was a man or a woman, that doesn't really matter. But why would there be a 3-foot, 40-pound dildo? Like 3 foot is like the size of like what, a 2-3-year-old child? Like that is a pretty like gigantic dildo. I can't see what you need this for. Like is James Robert, maybe he's gonna marry it. Maybe.
Maybe.
Like, is anybody have a hole big enough for this? Like, or is this just for like a decoration? Or is this for a party? Is this for, I don't know what kind of decoration. I don't know why you'd want a huge dildo in your house, but I guess different tastes, you know, but I don't know. I'm just kind of questioning. Like, why? It's like, it's $1,250. And it's like, why do you need this? Why is this something that anyone needs? I really just want answers. So if anybody has a 3-foot, 40-pound dildo, if they want to give me some, answers here. And Ryan said he's primming up for the $300 billion challenge. Maybe that could be it, but that sounds really painful. Okay, so the next story is kind of funny, I thought. I think they're all funny, but whatever. A man with a horse and cart, angry after being refused service at the KFC drive-thru. This is funny. There's so many ads on this page, though. Okay. So, Traveler says he was left humiliated after KFC refused to serve him at a drive-thru while he was riding a horse, and he had his little cart attached to the horse. Ian Bell, 55, made it as far as the kiosk window last week, only for a manager to come out and say he would have to leave for the health and safety of other customers. He says he doesn't understand. as his horse, the horse's name is John John, is as good as gold, adding horse and carts were around a lot long, they were around before, motor cars were. Photos show Ian and John John, a 7-year-old Irish cob, pitched out up outside the KFC restaurant in Carlisle, Cumbria. I don't know if I'm pronouncing these right. That's funny. It's a very pretty horse though. Ian said I had queued up behind some cars and was about to order a bargain bucket. Is that something like in Ohio? A bargain bucket? I've never heard of that at KFC. When all of a sudden this manager came out and said, "You're not allowed through." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I had done nothing wrong. John John was behaving himself. He was quiet as a lamb. He was a very well-behaved horse. It's just like, I feel like the guy just sounds like he's talking about his child. Like, why do we have to leave? My kid is being very well-behaved, and it's just his big-ass 7-year-old horse. He said, in the end, I had to go to McDonald's for a Big Mac. No one there batted an eyelid. They didn't say anything to me at all. They just served me my food. Oh, he said, I think my treatment from KFC has been downright disgusting and discriminatory against people who use horse and carts.
I mean, was he Amish?
I know he doesn't look Amish. He just looks like a regular dude who has a horse and a cart.
Yep.
The horse and cart is a common way to get around from where I'm from. So maybe the area he lives in, maybe that's just like common, so that he just thought he could just ride up to the KFC drive-thru with it. I don't know. Like, I don't know. A KFC spokesperson. This is funny. Hold your horses, Carlisle. They said hold your horses to him. Like, in response to him. This is funny. We're not looking to stir up trouble, and we're sorry for Ian and John John's experience, but the safety of our guest is really important, so we can't allow horse-drawn vehicles in our drive-thrus. That's what, I guess, a KFC spokesperson said to all this. And it's funny because a lot of the pictures, it just looks like they said, hey, can you just pose with your horse? And, like, he did. It looks like, because there's a couple of them in the cart, and there's a couple of them standing by the horse. And it's just funny. It's like, they said, hey, can you, like, pose for some pictures for us? We want as many pictures of this as possible. And it looks like he's just, like, about to, like, drop an album or something with his horse. It is, because he's just got that, like, serious, he's, like, all serious. Like, he's not, like, it's just funny. I don't know why it's so funny to me. Let's see. Is there any comments? Probably. Let's see. Sarah said, Thomas Garsky, go ahead and answer the question. I'm not sure what question. It must have been before because I missed it.
I don't know.
They didn't see it earlier. Ryan said, should have put the cart before the horse. James said, but there were no drive-thrus in those days. like exactly. Like, that's kind of the difference here, buddy. He's not a Clydesdale. Discrimination. They were saying they were discriminating because the horse wasn't a certain. And then he said Ryan said that sounds like horse shit. So yeah, I think that's the end that, KFC spoke out, God, there's more? There's more to this story.
Wow.
Ian lives alone in a seaside town of Salute. I don't know if that's pronounced right. And John John resides in a nearby field. He just like chills in the field. Let's see. Going around a horse and carriage is something I like to do. It's also good training for John John. This is just a silly story. I love it. I'm so sorry that you were discriminated for your horse and cart situation. I'm sorry KFC wasn't feeling that day. So I'm gonna go to the next story because that's just silly. Woman claims she was pregnant for just 1 hour before giving birth to son. This lady kind of looks like she would believe that. Like, she really... I would get that off of her. A woman has sparked social media controversy after a miracle birth after she claimed she had only been pregnant for 1 hour before giving birth. I cannot pronounce her name, so I'm not going to, demolish it by trying. She claims the greatness of God miraculously formed her baby boy in a single hour before he then arrived in the world.
I call bullshit.
That's absolute bullshit. The 28-year-old from the city of Malaya? I don't know. I don't know. I demolished that. I just didn't want to fuck up her name. At first, when I was at home, there wasn't anything strange. And then I felt something move in the right side of my belly, and I was taken to my father's house. I had cramps, and within an hour, we called a midwife, and I gave birth. Apparently there was no sex. It just happened. I don't.
Yeah. Okay. She
She
was a freak. She didn't know who her baby daddy was or whatever.
Yeah, GoFundMe for
Yeah.
John. I agree, Ryan. She claims she knew the baby had not been there previously, before she had been menstruating regularly in the past 9 months, and had even been bleeding shortly before she gave birth. After her claims were widely spread on social media, Dr. Anwar said women were sometimes unaware they were pregnant in around, it's like 1 in 25,000 cases.
Okay.
Because, like, I guess they don't show very much. The baby's, like, in a different, it doesn't sit in the same place. The doctor added that this was known as a cryptic pregnancy. That sounds very dark. I don't like it. He said it might be that she had put on weight and therefore not realized she was pregnant. Maybe it was just like a slow amount of weight gain, so she didn't. But it's like, but you had to have sex to conceive a child.
I know. So she didn't have sex in the past 9 months?
You have to assume, because how else did this happen?
Yeah.
There's no way.
I know.
However, he insisted that it was impossible for a woman to give birth after just becoming pregnant and being pregnant for an hour.
Yeah.
There's no way that's a thing. He said that the idea that she was still menstruating was highly unlikely. However, it could also be hormonal imbalances during a pregnancy.
Ryan said, hey, who left this baby here?
Right, like...
In my vagina.
Oh, shit, son, I'm about to pop this baby out. I didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
I did nothing to have this happen. I guess her and the baby are doing fine, though. So
okay,
that's good.
Good.
She's just
just a little loony.
She's just a little loony who just didn't realize, I guess, sex makes babies.
Red flags.
She couldn't remember 9 months back or however that.
Yeah, red flag says she's a little insane and maybe need to check on the welfare of her child.
Just like, just make sure the lady's in good health and mentally, not just physically.
Yeah.
I would love to have just been pregnant for an hour and then give birth. That would be the craziest shit ever, because you think, like, how small and then how, like, rapidly, like, like how rapidly that would, the baby would grow within an hour. It would just be like, you'd be like, you like how those time-lapse videos that show beginning of a pregnancy to the end of a pregnancy? It would just go from there and it'd be like an hour span. That'd be crazy. I would rather have been pregnant for an hour than 9 months, okay? Like, I'm pretty sure Sarah can agree with that. If I could only be pregnant for an hour, her baby's totally fine, I'd rather. Much less uncomfortable. Because, like, I was pregnant in the summer, and it's like, no. It was hot. It was bad. It was a bad time.
Yeah.
You were there. You just weren't there in my mind.
Yeah, I wasn't there in your mind.
Dealing with the physical things.
Oh, I had a little bit of physical when you were grabbing my hand and squeezing as tight as you could.
Mean, think about it, though.
Like,
that compared to, like, pushing a baby out of your fucking penis. Think about it. Like, would you rather me squeeze your hand or you be pushing a baby out of your dick? Yeah, think about that. You're really thinking about this right now? My hand or my dick?
My hand.
My hand? Yeah. Okay, thank you. So, Sarah said for sure. Yes, thank you. Thank you. That is all for crazy news, because the first story was very short, so it didn't, like, go on as long, and then the other two were just real silly. Well, the second one was real silly, and the last one, I just hope the ladies, doesn't get, become pregnant for another hour and give birth suddenly anytime in the near future. Because she probably wasn't taking, you think about it, she only thought she was pregnant for an hour. She wasn't taking prenatals. She didn't know she was pregnant from what she's saying. So she wasn't taking prenatals. What if she was just drinking and, like, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just going to question, like, I mean, it says the baby's doing fine, so I'd like to just assume everything's good, but let's just hope she wasn't, like, a crazy partier or nothing, that there was no recreational drugs or drinking involved in this 9 months prior, because as much as she wants to believe it was only an hour, I don't know, saying. Ryan said if that did happen, you would always be looking for superpowers from your child. True that. Because you know how they, like in the Twilight movie where the baby, like, grew really rapidly because it was, like, half vampire, I guess. So that was weird. One of my friends, also from James, one of my friend's daughters didn't know she was pregnant. Ended up having her baby in the bathroom sink. That's crazy. Sarah said Tales from the Crypt. That's funny.
That
I
is
love
funny.
It. Thank you, everybody, for commenting. I can't read them all. She has kids for the elite. She shoots us right out. Jesus Christ, Ryan. Oh, God. Is there any more? This thing wasn't here an hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, put him in his place. Tell him to stop it. Just stop
James
it.
Roberts said one of my friend's daughters didn't know she was pregnant and
Yeah, I
ended
read
up
that
having her
one.
baby in the bathroom sink.
Bathroom sink.
That's insane. I didn't hear you
I
say that
read
one.
it. Yeah, I was reading the comments and I said that.
Okay.
Ryan said aliens do the insertion. No sex needed. Oh well. Want to get into that topic?
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I don't know.
oh shit. I don't know.
Is that it for crazy news?
Yeah, I said that's all for crazy news, and I explained the first story was very
Sorry, I
short.
was reading something at the last minute, so
At the last minute,
yeah.
he was
Sorry about that.
just neglecting my crazy news. How dare you? Don't neglect my crazy news.
Anyways, the
Anyways,
Washington Redskins are no more.
they're no more.
No.
I didn't really hear much about this, so you're gonna have to fill me in.
So, for people that don't know what's going on, for a long time, the Washington Redskins were basically in a battle to keep their name.
I knew
Because
about that.
people, think it's racist and
offensive
and all that stuff, and the logo and all that stuff. So after many years of battling, they finally decided to do it, and they changed their name for at least the time being to the Washington Football Team. Yeah.
Oh.
They wanted to have more involvement with the fans to pick the name.
Yeah,
so they decided to just pick like a generic name.
Yeah. They'll probably come up with something later that's
that's what they're going to do.
yeah.
They're going to get people
this
to
is
vote on it and stuff like that.
Yeah. James says they're now the Foreskins.
That's what I was going to say. God damn it.
He said it first.
Yeah. The Washington Foreskins.
The Washington Foreskins. That would be perfect.
Yep.
Make people laugh. It's a little play on words, a little bit.
You still get the same colors.
You still have time to decide on a later name at a later time. Sarah said, "Tell us non-sports people what's up."
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Sarah.
And what's funny about that too is, well, recently, we got rid of Chief Wahoo. We're just known as the Indians, but lately, the Cleveland Indians have been coming out in jerseys that just say Cleveland on it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of speculation that we're going to do kind of the same thing. That we're going to end up changing our name too. There were some people that had some pretty decent names. I guess at one point, the Cleveland Indians were known as the Cleveland Spiders.
Really?
Yes.
That's weird.
There's a pretty cool logo that's
I
out
can imagine
there.
it's pretty cool, but I don't know. I don't like it.
You don't like the Cleveland Spiders?
That's like the Cleveland Spiders. What the?
Is
that the best fucking thing in Cleveland? Are spiders? Is that really where we want to go? Is that really at the time? I guess what we needed to
What
be.
you do is you put the pudding in the Washington in the pudding.
Is I like that the Washington pudding skins. What is a pudding skin?
Yeah.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I know. I agree. The tribe, but I guess, I think they're just trying to stay away from anything related to Native Americans.
And sometimes it's hard because that's just kind of what you're used to doing, and you have to really okay, let's put ourselves here.
I kind of get the Redskins because Redskins is a derogatory term. Indians, though, I mean, I guess that could be considered a derogatory term.
I mean, right.
Because they're Native American.
Yes, yeah.
But the one thing that I don't really get about the Redskins was their logo was more realistic, I think.
Yeah.
There were certain things that I felt like were emphasized a little too much or whatever.
Yeah.
But they had a normal looking Native American looking person, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a chief. And Wahoo was pretty cartoony.
Yeah, it was kind of
kind of racist.
Yeah,
so I
you could,
did get that.
See it, I guess.
I don't know, man. It's such a touchy
It is. It's
subject,
like
you
I
know?
understand, but like I don't think like that. I don't necessarily think the intention was to be offensive in like but I can understand why it is. So I can
Ryan
see both
said
sides.
it's the top of the pudding
Ew.
after it sits for a
That's
minute.
gross.
Pudding skin.
I don't like pudding, surprisingly, because like there's chocolate pudding. I don't like pudding.
You don't like pudding?
I think it's for that reason, like because sometimes it sits and then it's like, ew, why is it like this? And it's just gross. Pudding's weird.
Yeah.
I don't like pudding or Jello. It's weird. Weird jello-y puddings. I don't like that texture. It's a weird texture. I don't like it.
You don't like the texture of pudding?
No. It's like goopy. It just is.
I mean,
sorry.
it's kind of like cake mix without
But cake mix
before it's
isn't-
cake.
No, it's different.
Except
Cake
for
mix
it's
is-
smoother.
Yeah, cake mix is smoother.
No.
No.
Pudding's smoother.
No, cake mix is like a very like nice. It's
No.
like very. Yes, it is.
It's
How
not.
do you know this? How are you going to assume you know this more than me when I make more cakes than you?
Because I've eaten more cakes.
I've eaten more cakes.
Lies.
No, lies. I love cake.
think that the audience will disagree.
The texture is weird. I don't care what anyone thinks about it because I just don't like it. That's it. You're not gonna change the mind about my mind because there's a lot of things I don't like the texture of. What else don't I like the texture of?
Semen?
Ew. I mean, ew. I don't, but like that's not something I eat regularly. Like that's not something I want to.
Yeah.
That's not a consumable for me. Sarah.
I hate cherry tomatoes popping in the mouth. Friggin' nasty, lol.
The way she had to put it.
I know. Ryan said I make all cakes with
You
pudding.
make all cakes with pudding? Why? I mean, I guess I get why, because some people like it, but like,
Put the pudding in the cake in the pudding.
put the pudding in the cake.
Yeah.
I don't like putting the pudding in the cake. And there was something, god damn it, now I'm thinking that there was something else I don't like because of the fucking texture, and I can't think of what it is. I know Jello. Jello and pudding are in the same weird texture category. I used to like them both. I think maybe I just had too much pudding, and now it just disgusts me. I don't know. What about purple tomatoes? Yeah, Sarah, what about those?
Oh my God, James. No, that's absolutely not good.
What did he put?
He said, how can the Native Americans claim that Indians are not of this country? They're of India. Why can't we call our team the Savages? I think that's worse. I think the Savages are straight up worse. So, yeah. We're going to skip a break.
Yeah, we're just going to skip a break. 'Cause fuck it.
I think what we're going to do is we'll meet up with Marcus
Yeah.
at the WTF studio
For sure.
and see what the weather's going to be like. So hold on 1 second. Hey, Marcus.
Good morning, and this is your WTF 7-day weathercast brought to you by What the Forecast. Download it on Google Play or the App Store. And this is your 7-day weather forecast for the Cleveland area. It's going to start off real hot. It's about 90 degrees on Sunday right now. It's high, nice and hot. A little bit of cloudies in there. You know, for the cloudy people that like the cloudy stuff. And then come on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's a nice and lightning for you, pretty much in the 80s, and it's going to be a nice flow, 80s straight down from 90, 88, 84, 81. So that's pretty nice. It's coming down. And then my birthday is right here, 7/29. You know? For those of you that don't like the cough, I'm sorry. Just keep your 6 foot different distance, and everybody will be happy, okay? Coming into Thursday, straight down into the cloudies. Back into the nice cloudies into the weekend. It's going to trickle down to 79, 78, and then right back up to 82 degrees in Cleveland, where the weather is never consistent, so you can never rely on any of this. So there you go. My name is Marcus Rodriguez. Back to you, Epic, at the studio.
All right. Thank you, Marcus.
That was great. Thank
that
you.
was what's not great is Regis Philbin dies at 88.
Yeah, that is not great.
Yes.
Our forecast was great, but this is not great.
This is not great.
This is
I'm
sad.
sorry to kind of be a bummer, guys, but
It's sad. And
the
we
legendary
need to discuss
television
it.
host dies at 88. His friends and family are forever grateful for the time they got to spend with him for his warmth, his legendary sense of humor, and his singular ability to make every day into something worth talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
This is sad.
you know,
Tori just
I mean,
told me last night. She's like, "Oh my god, I
yeah,
didn't even know that." And
yeah.
I'm like, "Well, I haven't been on Facebook really today, so that's usually
Uh,
where I find out things."
In 1988, Philbin began his iconic career as the
So
host of
sad.
Live with Regis and Kathy Lee, alongside
Sad.
Kathy Lee Gifford, obviously.
Mhm.
After 15 years, Gifford left the ABC show, but the pair remained close after her departure. In 2001, the franchise became Live with Regis and Kelly, co-starring Kelly Ripa, before he left in 2011 after 23 years on air.
It's a long time.
He was replaced by former football player Michael Strawn, who later departed for Good Morning America. Fuck him for, like hating on Kelly like that.
Yeah.
Like that
hate
was
on Kelly.
bullshit.
Don't hate on Kelly.
But anyways, he was replaced by
Don't
Ryan
hate on Kelly.
Seacrest in 2017. He also served as the original host of the widely popular game show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire from 1999 to 2002. It's crazy that it only lasted like 4 years.
Yeah, that's.
Wow. It seems like it was on longer.
I know.
Well, I think it was, but maybe that was the only time that he hosted. But he also he hosted $1 Million Password. I don't know if you remember that.
I think I actually do.
And he was also on the first season of America's Got Talent, as well as a reoccurring co-host seat on Rachel Ray. So, yeah, he will be sorely missed, and it just kind of sucks. It just kind of sucks he's gone. But, he was at 88. He had dealt with quite a bit of health issues during during his life. He had I believe he had a heart attack at one point, and he just had a lot of stuff. But everybody from the community, I don't think anybody's ever said anything bad about him ever. So rest in peace,
probably
buddy.
A good guy.
Yep.
That's sad.
To kind of take it back into a positive spin. We're going to go over our Spotify playlist. So let's do that real quick.
Let's do it.
Okay, so
Alrighty then.
the first thing that we added to our playlist was I'm on a Boat.
I'm on a boat.
That was Ashley's.
That's mine.
Why did you pick that song this week?
Because it's funny. It was just been stuck in my head all week, so and that's just. I just keep saying, "I'm on a boat, motherfucker." Like I'm not on a boat at all, but I could be though if it were like a different like.
Chris. His song was "Rough Boys" by Pete Townshend.
I've never heard of it.
I never heard of it, but I did hear the song. I listened to it. Jay, You Don't Have to Leave by Mike Posner.
I think I've heard that.
Yeah, I listened to that song. It was pretty good.
Song.
Mine was
yours?
I Feel Bad by Black Bear.
Do I know that song? I Feel Bad. I don't know.
We listened to it in the car.
If you listen to it in the car, then I've definitely heard it. I just don't know if I remember that particular song.
And then Marcus said When I Come Around by Green Day.
I like that song.
Because he won't be here.
Yeah. So when he comes around again.
Yep. And then Connor said his song was Jay-Z, No Church in the Wild.
I don't think I know that song because I don't really listen to Jay-Z.
I heard that one, and that was pretty good too.
Pretty good.
Yep.
I did not, Connor. I picked No Church because the music video feels very modern given the climate of today.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
I mean
it's very
that's
deep,
a pretty
Connor.
new
Shit.
album too. So I mean, it should seem a little modern.
I like how he just was right there, ready,
Yeah, he
just,
was ready for it.
He's and he said he loves Black Bear.
Let's
I
see.
like some songs by them.
Yeah, Ryan said Rough Boys is a good song. Music for the soul.
Music for the soul. I think Lonely Island is music for the fucking soul too. That
Yeah.
shit speaks to my soul.
Sarah said Regis and Kathy Lee was pretty good. It was. I actually used to
see,
watch it.
I think I remember
back then.
seeing it. I mean, I don't know if I can't say for sure how much I saw of it or how old I was, but I'm pretty sure though. Like I know who Regis and Kathy Lee are though, so I do know that much. Let's see here. 2010.
Ryan said, "Happy day, cloudy man."
Happy day, cloudy man.
Yeah.
I liked that. I thought that was
Yeah.
funny too. I saw that before. Kinda older, he said. Connor said, from 2010, 2012.
Really?
I guess that's what he said. I don't know.
Kingdom Come is really that old?
And that makes sense, right?
I guess.
I don't know anything about Jay-Z at all. Like, I really don't. So I'm just guessing here. Like, yeah, that sounds right.
I thought that was.
I'm
I
going
thought
off
that came
of
out
nothing.
like a couple years ago,
sometimes
though.
do.
I mean, I could be absolutely wrong because it's not like I follow Jay-Z as much as I used to, but I want to see that real quick.
I don't know. Like, I feel like that. I feel like that's right. I feel like I'm not gonna argue with Connor. I feel like you're right, Connor. I agree. I say you're right.
Oh wow, that came out in 2006. No, that's not it though. That's not the one.
Watch the Throne was the album name.
Watch the Throne. Yes.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, he figured you were probably gonna look it up, so he had to put that information out.
Oh
there
yeah, that was Watch the Throne. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I was thinking it was his newer album. The cover reminded me of something. I don't know.
He Wikipedia. Thank you, Connor. Very active
no,
about this
that
topic.
that was basically him and Kanye's album together.
And unrelated, Connor.
Yeah.
Not Connor. Ryan said Regis wouldn't take the $300 billion, but that's because
he probably wouldn't.
He probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
I feel like he was a good guy. He wasn't disgusting like we are. So
yeah.
I don't think he would have either. Maybe before he got like big and famous and well known, maybe, but definitely not like after once he was around our age. Definitely not. I don't feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like he was a really good guy, and we're just not like that good people. So I don't know.
I honestly think that Watch the Throne was one of Kanye and Jay-Z's best album. Because they kind of collaborated on that.
Yeah.
There were so many great songs. I love that album. Yep.
He absolutely loves it. It's great.
You guys can always check it out. Go to Spotify. I actually shared the link on the Epic Radio Show Facebook.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So you guys can check it out. We update it weekly. And we're always open to suggestions. If you guys have songs you would like us to hear, you could always drop us a message or tweet at us or whatever you want to do. Exactly. And we'll check it out. And if it becomes our song that we listen to for the week, it'll be featured in the playlist.
Shout you out and be like, because of this person, this is why I know this song now.
Huh.
So Jay-Z. Okay, that's who I thought it was. Okay.
You didn't know who Jay-Z was?
I couldn't remember if he was the one married to fucking Beyonce.
Yes.
I was like, is Jay-Z the one married to Beyonce? I know it's not Kanye, okay? At least I know that much.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, that's not my genre. That's not where I'm at.
I know. It's not her genre, so...
I am allowed to be ignorant in that genre.
Okay.
Those people.
But on that note, it is the end of the show. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
For that, whatever that was.
Big shout out to Mitch Malloy. Thank you so much for dealing with my BS and being such a good sport about
it. For just trying to answer the questions regardless of how ridiculous some of them were.
Yeah.
We mixed it up.
To be honest, that was kind of a mess to begin with because I didn't know who I was going to interview at that moment. It was kind of down to the wire. I had questions prepared for both people, but to a certain degree, I was thrown off guard a little bit. So it is what it is. Right,
but it went well.
I think it went well.
It went pretty smooth despite going into it.
I think the beginning kind of being a little weird, but
it's okay. It was recovered, and everything is fine now. Everything moved along as it should have.
Yep. I had a Jessica Simpson moment.
And I think he's talking about me.
Oh.
Because, like,
chicken tuna?
Like, I was like, wait a minute, Kanye or Jay-Z? I know Kanye wasn't married to Beyonce. I knew that. I was like, wait, was it Jay-Z though?
Yeah.
Hold on.
But yeah, definitely, guys, make sure you check
Let me see
out
his face. Go
Making
check-
Noise.
Yeah, do that.
Mitch Malloy's
I think I shared that earlier.
website. You did.
I did on the restream. What do I have saved now? I copied something. I'm gonna just do this one again.
Join our Discord. Become a patron on Patreon, and we'll see you guys. Not next
Well,
week.
not next
We're not
week,
going to
we
have a
are-
show.
Yeah,
But the following week we will have somebody on. I didn't write that down, so
yeah. It's in the calendar, but I don't want to exit out of the calendar.
I can do it. Hold on.
Just to
Let's see who's next.
because I'm in the chat right now, so I
Yeah.
don't want to leave everybody and then
Yeah, you're fine.
stuff. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Sarah. She said it was a good show.
Thank you.
Thank you. We thought it was.
Oh, we're gonna have Billy King on.
bananas. Billy King. Okay.
Billy
mean,
King is the maker of the app that sponsors our What the Forecast.
So we'll get to talk to him.
So we'll
That'll
get
be
to talk to
fun.
him. That's going to be really fun.
Maybe we will interview
Thank you
Tokar
to
one day.
Roger McLean. He was kind of my backup
So
today,
thank you
just
for
in
being
case
so willing
Mitch
to
Malloy fell through.
help us.
So thank you so much, Mitch. And we do have him scheduled.
So yes, he is scheduled. So
He
we will
is
talk to
scheduled
him.
for, I believe, August 16th.
So we will be talking to him.
So
too.
we will have him because I'm excited to talk about all the stuff he's got going on. But thank you guys again for joining us. We'll see you in a couple weeks. And as always, make life epic.